What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here, bringing a movie review. I just got out of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I want to talk about what I thought about the movie. So stay tuned till the end, and you can see what I thought about it. When I first saw Jurassic Park in 1993, my mind was completely blown, guys. Keep in mind, I was about 5 years old at this time, and I had never seen a movie like this. This was actually one of the first scary monster, if you want to call it, movies. This would have been considered my Jaws back in the day. This was the first movie that really shocked me. The T-Rex terrified me. The Velociraptors made my imagination go wild. The Spitter dinosaur just absolutely terrified me. This was just a movie that really affected me. Just to kind of give you a little bit of history with Jurassic Park, that's where it all began. And then when The Lost World came out, I saw it and I absolutely hated it the first time I saw it. But as I grew older, that actually has become my favorite Jurassic Park movie. I'm actually one of the few people, I think, that doesn't really have a Jurassic Park movie that they hate, because I think all of them are pretty good. If I had to pick the worst one, I would probably pick Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World, just because beat for beat it was a lot like the first one, but I still didn't hate it at all. I actually quite enjoyed it as well. I just never hated any of them, I guess. So, going into this movie, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, after seeing the trailer, and I'm going to kind of rant a little bit about the second trailer that they released, because it basically spoiled the entire movie. When I went into this movie, I pretty much knew what was going to happen, and it was absolutely ridiculous how much they showed in that trailer, to the point where it was almost as bad as like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer, if you guys remember that. They show that Gwen Stacy dies in the trailer, spoiler alert if you haven't seen that, but that's kind of what this movie did, and I'm going to talk about spoilers in this video, so you've been warned. So like I said, going into this movie, I did have a huge disadvantage, unfortunately, about knowing what this movie possibly would be about, and there were a lot of things about this movie that did not surprise me thanks to that trailer, and it ruined the experience just a little bit for me. It was a little underwhelming in the theater, but as I have thought about the movie, I saw it yesterday, so I've had a whole day to think about it. I really actually do quite enjoy this movie. I'll wait till the end of the video to give my final rating, but I just want to kind of talk over some points and maybe give like the top 3 reasons why I liked this movie, and then there is like one thing that I really, really hated about this movie. So to kind of start off, one of the things that I really liked about this movie was the plot. A lot of people are saying that this is a Jurassic World rehash in a lot of ways, and I can see that definitely, and that could be the reason why I like this movie so much, because as I said, Jurassic World is actually my, or not Jurassic World, The Lost World, sorry. As I said before, The Lost World is my favorite Jurassic Park movie, just because I really like the character of Ian Malcolm, and I liked the idea of them going back to this like fallen island that was just overrun by dinosaurs, no cages, no nothing. It was just the jungle. And the premise of this movie is similar. They have to go to the island because of the volcano is going to erupt. I believe this is Isla Nublar. It's not Isla Sorna. Which is kind of weird now that I think about it, that they couldn't have just moved the dinosaurs to Isla Sorna, but whatever. But the premise is Isla Nublar is a volcanic island. There's a giant volcano on the island. It's about to erupt, and it's going to be killing off all the dinosaurs unless we intervene, humans intervene. And so the premise of the movie is that Bryce Dallas Howard's character, Claire Dearing, is going to go over to the island. She kind of has a little bit of a conscience, and there's a character named Zia who works with her. I believe the actress's name is Daniela Pineda. I hope I'm saying that right. And then she's also got another assistant named Franklin Webb, which I watched Chris Stuckman's video about this, and he said that this character was kind of annoying. And I can definitely see that. He had a couple moments that were pretty cringe, where he just screams like a little girl, pretty much, and it was pretty stupid. But overall, I think this kid did all right. Realistically, the Franklin character and the Zia character could have been removed from this film entirely, and I don't think it would have affected anything at all. but that's just the nature of it. So Claire and her team decide that they want to go back to the island to save these dinosaurs. Um, and they meet up with this rich guy named Eli Mills. He's taken over for John Hammond's partner, and this partner's name is Benjamin Lockwood. This has never been explained in any of the other movies, so this was a little weird. But apparently John Hammond had a partner, Lockwood, like I said, that helped him create the dinosaurs, and there's a mansion that they go to. This is one of the coolest things about the movie, actually, this mansion. I've heard a lot of criticism about how people don't like this, but this was one of the things I personally loved because it kind of added this weird, like, Resident Evil feel to Jurassic Park. A little bit of, like, horror when they get to this section of the movie, which was unexpected. I thought the whole movie was going to be on this island, but the second part of the movie is on this in this mansion owned by Mr. Lockwood, and he has an assistant named Eli Mills. Like I said, he's this young, hip guy. When you first meet him, you don't really know what his deal is, but he's willing to help Claire get to the island. But the problem is they want the raptor. If you guys remember in Jurassic World, the raptor was blue, and Chris Pratt's character Owen was the only one that could actually communicate with that raptor because he was the one that raised it and trained it. And so basically they go ahead and enlist his help. They go to the island, and as you can tell, things don't go as planned. But I won't really go over the whole synopsis of the movie. I'll just kind of talk about the things that I like. That's just kind of an introduction for you, to kind of let you know what this movie is all about. But basically, they get to the island, and one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when the volcano explodes and they're just running away from this ash cloud. And it's like, it was kind of cheesy at first, but like the more I watched it, I was kind of like, this is kind of cool because all these dinosaurs are like tripping over each other. They were just kind of running around. They run into that little ball thing from the Jurassic World, the little ball like vehicle that the kids ride in Jurassic World, and they get in that, and then they tumble over the cliff, and all these dinosaurs are like falling in the water. There's all this like lava from the volcano hitting them, and it was actually a pretty cool sequence. It was very continuous, and it was pretty intense. Again, reminded me a lot of that scene in Jurassic Park: The Lost World when the train car station, whatever they were driving, fell over the cliff, and they were like sitting on the glass, and it was gonna crack. It was a lot like that, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then, like I said, one of my second favorite things about this movie was the mansion. The mansion was fantastic, guys, in my opinion. I loved it. Like I said, it had a very Resident Evil feel. It was just amazingly awesome, the tension that it was building with some of the dinosaur scenes. And this also introduces my third favorite thing about the movie, which is the Indoraptor. And I'm going to kind of tie him into Blue as well. I think Blue and the Indoraptor worked fantastic as, like, the Indoraptor was like this evil dinosaur that they had to fight. He was created in a lab. I guess me as an Aliens fan really liked that because I like the idea of people trying to mess with nature and having it go bad for them. And then you had Blue, who was actually raised naturally. Chris Pratt kind of imprinted on him when he was young, so in a way he was like a loyal dog. And so in a way, Blue is like a hero of this movie. And one of the things that I really liked about the movie too, this is actually kind of a fourth thing, I guess, is I really, really liked the fact that the movie ended with the dinosaurs escaping into civilization. I think that's going to make a fantastic Jurassic World 3. And even if they don't ever make a Jurassic World 3, I think that's just a cool idea in general, and you could kind of end it that way. Like Ian Malcolm ends the movie with saying, you know, welcome to Jurassic World. And in the trailer, you didn't really understand that until this. That literally means that we're going to be living in an America now where dinosaurs just run free and there's no way to stop them. So that was a really cool idea. But now I'm going to get into the thing that I did not like, guys. I haven't even talked about this character yet because I wanted to save it for this. There is a little girl character in this movie. I know every single Jurassic Park movie seems to need a kid for some reason, and it's getting a little tired at this point. If I have to really pull out a criticism, it was this character. Her name is Maisie Lockwood. She's actually related to Benjamin Lockwood, the person that owns the mansion and John Hammond's partner, like I said. And the way that they reveal what she actually is just completely retarded, in my opinion, because you basically have this girl, and she's like considered his granddaughter at first, but then you learn that he lost his daughter when he was younger. I guess when John Hammond and him were first starting to do Jurassic Park, he lost his daughter to some kind of accident. And the Maisie that you see in this movie is actually a clone of his daughter. So I guess they're using their cloning technology that they made the dinosaurs with to clone people. And the reason that this is so stupid is because this would have had to have happened sometime in the past, even before the first park was opened. So you're telling me they figured out how to clone human beings and they just kept it under wrap for like 20, 30 years, which is basically what I'm getting out of it. It was completely unbelievable and totally unnecessary to add to this movie. It was like they were trying to add some kind of twist, something that movies just think they need to do nowadays. And in my opinion, the twist fell flat. It was absolutely stupid, and she's actually the one that lets the dinosaurs out into the world too. At the very end, they're letting the dinosaurs out, and they're going to suffocate if they don't let them out of the cages. And she's the one that pushes the big red button to let them out, and all the dinosaurs roam free into America. And it was just stupid. Her character is completely unnecessary, does not need to be in this film. I have no clue what they're going to do with her in the sequels, but it's probably not going to be anything good. And it was just a really stupid twist. I know I've said that like a bunch of times now, but I'm trying to reiterate how utterly annoyed I was about this character's existence. I was fine with the fact that he had a granddaughter. It's like, fine, maybe his parents are somewhere, or I mean her parents are somewhere, but to make it a clone, that means it's like this girl that he's been growing in a lab. Now it really is getting Resident Evil on us. And I just did not like that. That's my real big criticism of the movie, though. I thought everything else was fantastic. Just to kind of wrap this video up, I thought the cinematography was pretty well done. It did lack a lot of the weighty moments from the other Jurassic Parks. A lot of the dinosaur deaths where they killed people were kind of shot at weird angles, so you couldn't really see any of the gore, you know. It didn't have a lot of the grit of the other Jurassic Parks, but I thought it was well done. The CGI is fantastic, some of the best I've seen in a while. These dinosaurs came to life for real, and when you see the Indoraptor fighting Blue, it's one of the coolest things in the movie. And the story, again, I thought the story was fine. I liked the idea of this volcano erupting to get the dinosaurs to the mainland. In a way, it was a setup movie for Jurassic World 3, but I didn't mind it in the slightest. So overall, guys, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty fantastic in most regards. I'm dropping it down 2 points really for the inclusion of that character, just because I absolutely hate this idea of cloning humans. I never thought that would need to be in a Jurassic Park movie. It's always been about dinosaurs, and the fact that they cloned them from the mosquito DNA, there was like a reason. It makes me wonder like how the hell they clone people, and again, if they cloned this person so early, why was this kept under wraps for this long? Makes no sense. And in a lot of ways, I agree with Chris Stuckman. It cheapens the John Hammond character by quite a bit. I don't like the premise of this at all, and the effect that it has on the classic characters. But anyway, guys, that's the movie review. Like I said, 8 out of 10. Solid movie. I would recommend going and seeing it. And if you have already seen it, comment down below what you thought. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, it's all good here. But if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And everyone, hit that like button. And I will see you guys all on the next movie review. Thanks, guys.